this virus, we need people, other than me or up here, all over Kentucky, taking responsibility to make good and wise decisions.
Good evening. Sports are a go. Governor Andy Beshear says he won't overturn the State Athletic Association's decision to go ahead with fall sports.
Local high school athletes, coaches, and parents were worried the season was in jeopardy, and they made some noise in Frankfort today. Local 12's Christian Hauser was the only local reporter there. He talked with some local athletes and also coaches.
At one point, there were more than 100 people from across the state here at the Capitol in Frankfort. Many had to leave, but more continue to show up. Scott Hughes, coach of the Cooper girls soccer team, says he was very happy to hear about today's rally and knew he had to make the trip down.
My initial thought was that it is one of the best ideas that we've had so far in order to address and properly give the girls a platform to try to get their voices heard.
The soccer players were joined by a few cheerleaders from rival Boone County school Ryle.
Let us play! Let us play! Let us play!
Mia Powell and Riley Scanlon came down with their moms.
I am so excited that I had the opportunity to come down here, and hopefully our governor will hear us and hopefully make the decision that we all want to hear.
Yeah, it's been just super fun to see everyone in Kentucky kind of like gather together and know like that everyone's kind of behind us and that we want sports to happen. Like we'll do whatever it takes to make sports happen, and we'll do it safely too.
The Kentucky High School Athletic Association approved a plan with practices starting today. Games would begin in about 2 weeks. And it looks like everyone's voice down here was heard. Governor Beshear said a short time ago he doesn't agree with it, but he wouldn't overrule the decision, saying the pandemic can't be solely controlled by him. He went on to say he's worried. Moving forward now is setting the schools and the athletes up for failure and seasons being canceled. Looks like now only time will tell. In Frankfort, Christian Hauser, Local 12 News.
Kentucky's Health Commissioner Dr. Stephen Stack warned that as more is known about COVID-19 and how it affects the body, athletes are at an increased risk of heart damage and even suffering a heart attack while on the field. And he also pointed out that most districts around the state would not be able to afford testing athletes every week to make sure that asymptomatic carriers weren't infecting others.
Governor Beshear signs an executive order aimed at helping those facing eviction due to losing their jobs during the pandemic. Landlords must give tenants at least 30 days of notice with their intent to evict for non-payment of rent. And during those 30 days, the landlord and tenant must meet to see if there's a chance to work out an agreement. No penalties, late fees, or interest can be charged for non-payment of rent from March 6th through the end of the year.
Make sure that people aren't out on the street. Number two, wanting to make sure that these landlords aren't bankrupted, are also being treated fairly. And then number three, making sure that as people come out of this, they don't have so much debt for their housing situation that they can't ever dig out.
The governor says $15 million in federal money will be used to reimburse eligible landlords for missed rent payments and give them some advance rent so tenants can stay in their homes.